Yeah, so greetings everyone. So this section of the video is meant to take you through how to set third-term promotion settings on the OJSERA platform, which is basically for the SPAs. All right. So in this particular session, we're just going to be wrapping up on the processes that you need to do to ensure that you set your promotion settings correctly. Now, so we've noticed that most schools or most SPAs have been setting these promotion settings wrongly. All right, so which is why we felt it is essential that we make some of these demo guides to guide you through what the key things that you need to do. All right, so before getting started or diving into the section, all right, so for those of us in the primary section, all right, so there is no need for us to really do any settings or change the settings that the ministry have set. All right, especially for those of us in the nursery and the KG section. All right, so um, there is no particular criteria for the nursery and KG section, which means that teachers can proceed to uploading and approving from the broadsheet directly. Meanwhile, for those of us in the primary section, the criteria has been set, alright, so no need for SPAs to change it. The only thing you can just do is probably just view the default setting and proceed to uploading and approving from the broadsheet. Alright, meanwhile, for those of us in the junior secondary and also the secondary section, alright, so the ministry has set a minimum criteria for schools to adopt or for schools to follow, right? SPAs or schools are only allowed to increase the pass mark, not to go below the pass mark that has been set. Okay, so we notice that another common mistakes that we also notice is that most schools they are using cumulation setting. I'm going to dive into that in the section. All right, you're just to follow exactly the same template that the ministry have stated. All right, so once you have done that, that is good to go. So we'll be diving into the section on how you can do all of these promotion settings. So please pay a good attention to that. All right, so alright, so let's get started. Alright, so once I'm logged in as a SPA under the results module, you go to the promotion setting. So the page opens for you. Alright, so if I'm in junior secondary school right now, alright, you see that on this page you need to select the program junior secondary. You see the view default setting. So clicking this view default setting would show me that what I'm viewing is I want to check the minimum criteria that the ministry have set. Alright, once that is done, you're going to see it there. So minimum criteria is saying that compulsory subject that student must pass two, and student must have a minimum pass mark of 40, and also 40 in any other four subjects. So you are checking this. If this is okay, there is no need for you to do any setting. Alright, so one other key mistake that we've also noticed is that when schools are trying to set their own setting, they make this mistake. Alright, and it comes around here choosing cumulative. Some schools are SPAs are choosing yes. Alright, so you do not have any business in setting this cumulative. This is not where you are going to choose that setting. For example, this year now you are now saying 40%. That is not how the promotion setting is done. All right, rather what you are meant to choose is no. All right, because you are not using that particular cumulative. What you are meant to choose is no. So once you choose no, it's going to open this page for you. So you are now going to select for your compulsory subject. You click on the action and click on edit. Okay, so here you are going to set, okay, so what is the total number of subject that is compulsory? Remember, you must always follow that template that the ministry have set. If my school is the junior secondary section now, so I'm going to set the total number of subject that is compulsory for students to pass, which is obviously maths and English, and also what is the pass mark 40. If I'm increasing the pass mark now to 45, all right, because that is the only need why you should come here. All right, if you're going by the standard that the ministry have set, then there's no need for you to do any setup here. One key interesting thing that we need to take note of here for most of us SPAs is that we are not to choose yes. All right, choosing yes, this is not the criteria that you are using. All right, but rather you ensure that you choose no. Okay, once you have selected the no, so if you are changing the pass mark, so you can change the pass mark here as appropriate, but remember you must always follow the template that the ministry have used in this view default settings. So once you have done that, the system will use that to automatically promote the student. We've also had one misconception around so how is the student going to promote how is the system going to promote the student? Okay, it is going to promote based on that criteria. Say that we've said that student must have minimum of 40% in maths and English, or 45% in maths and English, and minimum of 40% in any other 5 subjects. So that is what the system is going to use to promote the student. It's not going to use the total average cumulation, but it's going to use it based on that the student's score in those subjects that has been set. And all of this calculation will be done in the broadsheet. In the next section of this video, we are going to show you through how you can recommend promotion and how you can also post recommendations. So how all of these things is going to take effect on the broadsheet. So that is a wrap up on this particular section of the video. Remember, you are not meant to go below the criteria. For those of us in the junior secondary and also the senior secondary, you're not meant to go below the criteria, but rather you can only increase the pass mark. All right, and also very important as well, you are not choosing this yes, you are rather choosing no, and also setting what pass mark that you are setting for your school. So for those of us that might have selected yes, you need to ensure that you go back to go and set it to no, and set your pass mark as appropriate for the subject in this action box. Okay, that is very essential that all schools or all SPAs must ensure that you do the right thing in this particular settings. All right, so that wraps up this particular section. The next section once again is focused on how you'll be recommending promotion and how the student will be promoted to the next class. All right, so thank you very much and look forward to the next section of the video.